Now, just before the weather, a story about how some of the weather statistics are gathered. Every morning across the state for more than a century, volunteers collect some of the Bureau's most important data. But their numbers are dwindling, as Matthew Doran reports.
36 steps every morning is all it takes for Alan Freeburn from Kundawi near Snowtown to play his part in a vast network. At 9 a.m, he makes the trek through his front yard to a nondescript bucket.
Yeah, we'll just walk out to the rain gauge and measure the rain and write it on a chart.
It's a walk Alan's family has done since 1879. Some of the old handwritten records are still in his family, documenting their triumphs and tragedies on the land.
Yeah, 1914 was renowned for being a bad drought, I think probably statewide pretty much, I think. And they had no crop, no feed, the sheep were starving, dying of starvation.
Alan's among an army of 600 rainfall observers around South Australia and 6,000 across the country.
We've got rain gauges from Cordillo Downs to Cook, from Pipilinjara to Port MacDonald.
Earlier this year, the Bureau's rainman in Port Lincoln died. There's still a vacancy there and in other locations across the state as the Bureau searches for people to drip feed them the vital stats.
I guess it's not so much that people are less inclined to volunteer, it's also a case of the actual population in the regional areas is becoming a little thinner on the ground, so to speak.
Bungaree Station north of Clare is the oldest privately run rainfall station in the state. They've been monitoring the downpours and the droughts on the same clipboard since 1860.
It's one of those things, I'm not sure if it's an heirloom or not, but like it's something that we have always done the records on.
Even though this data is sent off to the Weather Bureau, these guys say they'd still be doing the job because farmers are always at the mercy of the elements.
July was the wettest July we've had in ages. We're 7 inches ahead of average, and then all of a sudden it's dropped right off for the last 3 months.
And while for some it's only 36 steps, it's a vital task the Bureau is keen to maintain. Matthew Doran, ABC News.